I've just been on a little run, lad, and then I had to come and get some stuff for Chris Fish Gold. So
Right.
I've had to, I'm having to walk through town, but I'll be 1 minute and then it'll be quiet.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I can hear you perfectly anyway. I really appreciate the time. I know that you guys are both travelling on Monday. That's the case,
Yeah,
right?
that is the case. Oh, fucking hell, lads, I'm just walking past the Liverpool shop and the fucking music's on.
All the pubs are open
Yeah.
now, aren't they? So I'm
Yeah.
guessing the town's got a different feel about it right now. Nearly back to normal.
So what, lads, it's been quite normal in Liverpool for maybe about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks actually. And I don't know, the Scousers love an ale, don't they? So there's a bit of a different vibe. But I went for a run yesterday and I ran past Goodison Park.
Yeah.
And it was like 11:30 and there'd been men out like on the ale all day. Do you know when they take away cups?
Yeah.
Like portable booze. So it's mad, lad. It's been
Well, at
a mad
least you
one.
guys have sort of warmed up to it, because I feel like in Manchester it's going to be like a recipe for disaster today. I feel like the street's going to be absolutely chaos. So
even what's the weather like there?
pretty shit.
Yeah,
it's not great.
It's so overcast, but it's will it fuck stuff. He's having a bevy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've had to walk into town to go and get Chris Fish Gold, a gum shield, just friggin' for our fight. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even come into town, lad.
So this is the first time in the UFC that both of you are fighting on the same card together. That's correct, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We fought on a Cage Warriors card once together.
Yeah.
And we've done about 4 fight camps together, but through injuries, I had to pull out a few times. But we always do well, me and the Fishman, when we're on the same card or when we're in camps together. We kind of built that same mentality of let's just have it. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know, Rimmer laughs now because my jiu-jitsu style is very much like Fishy's. Just that aggressive, offensive wrestling kind of jit. So I'm like the mini Fish Gold. Fishy with boobs, I am.
I like that what the UFC are doing with this fight island, the fact that they're putting a lot of fighters from the same gym on the same cards, because all the Cowbon guys are on that Till Whittaker card as well. So
100%. It just makes sense, like logistically, how they've done it. And, I'm going to be the first Scouser on the card to fight. And then Darren will close the show on the 25th. So I just feel like it's
a bit of history as well, isn't it?
That woman, she's called it a dickhead. Oh. Look at the lips on it. Look, you're live on some. Some woman then in the car just like stopped us from walking over the line. She was fucking dickhead. Funny, the city that I'm from, mate. The city that I'm from. But yeah, like I said, it makes sense. Me and the Fishman on. There's quite a few from Liverpool on. There's definitely about 5 of us now. Danny Roberts has pulled out. So
yeah, I'm gutted about that. I saw that the other day.
Yeah.
I'm so gutted about that fight pulling out.
I know it's what's it called? We've been waiting for this one. I think like the whole of MMA. I've really been fucking waiting to see this Nicholas Dolby fight with him because you just know it's going to be fireworks, but for whatever reason, I'm not quite sure what it was, but it's not happening, is it?
So you were one of the first people from the UK that I saw that was absolutely pestering and clamouring the UFC to get on Fight Island, like way before it was even official. The fact when Dana was talking about it on ESPN back in April, you were saying, let me have it, let me have it. How easy was it to get on that card for your team?
I think I've got a really good manager in Graham Boylan, to be honest, mate. I feel like they know what they're getting with me and it's not going to be a boring fight. And I feel like my opponent also has changed just because his style suits mine and it's just going to be a war, I think. He was promised, all the fighters had a Skype interview, a Zoom call, with Dana, and he just said, look, anyone who was cancelled gets the first. Anyone whose fights was cancelled gets first dibs at the shows moving forward. But it's one of them, lads. Everyone who is active and putting in performances is going to get more fights. So I just knew I had pushed it was 4 months of training for that fight in London. That didn't happen. So I literally just thought, fuck this. Like, if I keep speaking it and I keep talking about it, like, it's going to happen. And it did. So I'm so fucking grateful that we're nearly here again. It's a different vibe to UFC London, I think, because I had that long to train for it. I was just so burnt. Like, I wasn't burnt out because I was peaking, but the camp was that long. It's like, that's something I'd do for Shevchenko. Do you know what I mean? But I held Ashley Evans-Smith in such high regard that I'd done the same thing for her, to be honest. But yeah, it's not far. It's about 9 sleeps away now, isn't it? 10 sleeps.
Yeah, it's not far at all. And I think the fact that you've had a chance to watch the rest of the cards that have happened already as a fan, to get a grip of the idea of hearing every punch, hearing every slam on the mat, I guess you're going to be geeking out over that because you've not really had that before.
No, I mean, we've been watching, what's his name, Davey Grant's friggin' Instagram, and it's like, the fighters are on business class, the hotel is just next level. I'm such a fan anyway, aren't I, lad? So it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be hard to just stay focused and be like, right, you're not a fan, you so deserve to be here by now. But in my sparring sessions, we've been doing it with no music on, just quiet, making sure, like, coaching, we've got certain code words and stuff to use for our plays, and we've just leveled up. And everyone who I've spoke to, when we got the fight for Fight Island, my manager Graham was like, I don't want my fighters really on the island as such. And I was like, why? He was like, I just think that people need to spar to be ready. And because at this time, no one was allowed in gyms and stuff, do you know what I mean? So I was like, I understand what you're going on about, Graham, but I'm different mustard, mate. I was like, I don't care about sparring, I just want to fight. And all my friends and family have just said, like, this kind of setup and this kind of fighting suits someone like me who's a fighter. Do you know what I mean? He'll get in and give you absolutely everything. And I just know, like, the adversities that are going to come in terms of the heat, the weight making, all that kind of thing, not being able to come out of our room for 4 days at a crucial part of having to cut weight is going to be it's going to be hard to overcome, do you know what I mean? But I'm more than ready to just get in there and just let hands fly on it.
You mentioned your coaches having different code words for, different instructions that they want you to follow. In a massive atmosphere arena situation, can you hear their calls anyway? And is this more helpful to you? So you can hear them?
Yeah. Do you know what's strange, mate? I can always hear me mum. I've got a best mate called Lauren. No matter where I am in the world, I can hear her. And I've got a sponsor called Danny. And I always hear him and my 3-corner team. I don't know, I've just like so honed in onto their voice. Just because it's a lot quieter, and where I've noticed, like, fights have been changed when you can hear the other coaches talk and commentators speak and stuff. So we've just been smart. And it's just like maybe a combination or a style of fighter that I need to fight like in order to pinch the round or to steal the round or to finish it. But the way that my coach Paul teaches is kind of like, we've got plays. If you've ever seen Coach Carter, and the coach is like, right, there was this girl called Mandy or whatever, and she was like this, and then that's how they play. That's kind of what we do with MMA now. We've got a philosophy of training and a philosophy of fighting where we can all kind of sing off that hymn sheet, if you know what I mean. And there's even a style of fighting that's called Molly. So it's like based on what I'm about, which is good. So sometimes when the lads are fighting, you'll hear, meatball, or do the Molly. So It's funny, lad.
Well, I saw a fighter a few weeks ago. His corner was shouting "Wonder Boy," which was pretty crazy. Do you remember that?
No, I was probably asleep on that one. But what did that mean? Just like long, flicky kicks.
Yeah, he was going in for the karate style. Yeah, and I think Stephen Thompson saw that, and he was pretty blown away by that. The fact that they had one of his calls based on his whole fighting style. Yeah,
100%. Because I don't see myself as like the cock of the gym. Do you know what I mean? I still just see myself as like an up and comer. And yeah, so for my coach to be like to base a fighting style and like one of our plays on me is like, wow.
That's very cool.
It is.
So when you mentioned the fact that you were very content with the idea of having very limited to no sparring, we see Max Holloway speak openly about that yesterday to Ariel Helwani, and some people were kind of dumbfounded by that, thinking, how can you do that before a world title fight? But with people like you, it's just the norm anyway. Like, you didn't really have to prepare back in the day. If you was fighting in the gym, in the street, anyway, it was just go.
It's just being ready, and it's a certain kind of fighter. And you're going to have fighters who, like George St. Pierre, who needed things a certain way for his OCD, do you know what I mean? And you're going to have other people who need fights and training a certain way. Like some people, if you look at Daniel Cormier, he has to finish his training session on an assault fight, killing himself at the end of rounds. And some people have to run, and everyone has their own vice and their own way of training. But ultimately, it comes down to timing. You can get timing off pads. You can be pushed through pads. I'm 30 now, and I've kind of been training since I was 11, so I just don't think like I need to take more knocks than I have to. Like I won't spar if I'm not in a fight camp, just in terms of longevity. And I just think like it's rare that I take headshots anyway, but I just think you need to be a little bit smart in what we do. And I'm sure I said in a few interviews, like Lennox Lewis, Donald Cerrone, Max Holloway, not everyone has to spar. Some of the greats never sparred. Do you know what I mean?
So just touching on your opponent, Talia Santos, what have you made from her performances so far? She came through the Contender Series, so she's had that experience of fighting with no crowd before, no atmosphere. What have you seen from her that's impressed you, and what are you expecting from that fight?
I watched, we have like a tape put together on their fighting style and like their blueprints of what they're good at, what they're not good at, how we can capitalise on them kinds of things. And I understand she's good. What I've seen is she's good at range. She's good at long shots. She's finished a lot more people than what I have. But is her level of competition as good as what mine is? I don't think so. She's going to be game. She's going to want it. She lost her debut when she got signed to the UFC, and I've been there, so I know 100% on how she's going to be feeling. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's just about negating the range, negating the distance, stuffing the takedown if it comes, subbing her or beating her up on my feet.
And when you've had this time on your hands...
Hang on 1 second.
No worries.
I know, I've been absolutely battered, yeah. I'm just doing this thing. When are you home? Is he? Oh, baby. You're on me live interview there, Michaela. So I can finish this. Michaela's outside, lads. I can sit down now.
No problem. No problem.
Let me close this door. So what did you say, sorry?
Yeah, what I was talking about. You've had this time during lockdown. Have you had this time to sort of reflect on how far you've come as an individual? Because I remember you shared that email of you saying to a gym, look, I've watched Ronda Rousey's fight. I want to have a pop at MMA. And look how far you've come now. First British woman to ever win in the UFC. No one can ever take that away from you. Cage Warriors world champion. You've built your own reputation within your own right now.
Yeah, do you know, I feel less like I'm fighting for the scraps of the UFC, and I think since I got put on the rank, I feel like I'm holding it down. Do you know what I mean? I was informed like by what was it? Like the fighters. What is it? Fighters Only magazine. Like I was nominated. I was put up a few times for female fighter of the year. I didn't make the shortlist, but for my name to be even in that kind of bracket, I was like, fucking hell. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
I always say to you, or say to everyone, like, I never sit around and smell the roses. I don't bask in my own success. I just come in, lad, and I just train every day, and that's it. Like, I can probably sit back after fighting and then go, oh, do you know what? Look what I achieved. But right now, I've not achieved my ultimate goal. I'm achieving little steps on the way to greatness, but there won't be anyone like me to come from the UK for a long time. So I need to just proper female Michael Bisping it up. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we're Northwest kind of people, same grit, love a drink, bit mouthy, fucking horrendous mouth. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's where I'm looking at it. But I'm trying not to look into the future too much and take it fight by fight. But I just think I'm 4-1 when I beat this girl, and there's not many who've gone on to like a 4-fight win streak. I think it was only Shevchenko and Chikagian. So I appreciate like the UFC allowing me time to grow, to develop, and now I'm there. I just need to kind of get the finishes now. I know like it took Amanda Nunes a little minute until she started finishing, but when she got that time, and it was like, see, it's in a bit, mate. Do you know what I mean? It was like, yeah, ladies. And I think I had very much a lot of like PTSD of standing and banging, getting taken down in case I got subbed, and I feel like that's gone now. So I can let my hands go a little bit more.
And we did see, I can't remember if it was your last fight or the fight before the last fight, where you just went full showboating mode, Ali shuffle and everything.
Yeah, it was the one
some
before.
Of that? Can we expect
100%. Yeah, 100%. I sat my coaches down when I got this fight, and I said to them, you've kind of over-critiqued me and over-coached me for the last 3 fights because we've had to. Now, that last fight camp for Ashley Evans-Smith, it was like, it must have been like Holly Holm getting ready for Ronda Rousey, honest to God. It was just that much critiquing. I just said, enough now. I'm becoming too robotic, and I haven't got me flow and me flair. And like, not that I'm a show-off, but I think if you can showboat, to me, that's self-expression. And if your opponent's not willing to do that, it's just like, it's taking a risk, and you can enjoy yourself. Do you know what I mean? So I just said, I want this fight for me to just enjoy myself. And my last spar was on Friday, and you should have seen it. Like the footwork, like the whole gym just stopped and watched, and they was like, oh my God. And this is the one I've been waiting for. Like when I fought Lipsky, the fight you're on about, you'd probably still be able to see the fear that was in me because I never truly let go. I just like hit and move, and I stuck to the game plan. And then the fight after that in Boston, I wasn't well, but I didn't respect my opponent at all, and I just took everything and kept coming forward. And now this fight I get to just put it all together and just have fun. And you'll be able to hear me because I talk to my opponent all the time, and you'll be able to hear what I'm saying or why I'm saying it. And she probably won't be able to understand me, but I feel like my opponent's a bit too much of an honest fighter. Like if someone hit me hard, I'll go, all right, you little twat, I'll get you in a minute. Don't worry, I'll get you. I've not forgot. But I feel like if I whack this girl, Brazilians are so honest. They're like, yeah, all right then.
Yeah.
Let's go then. And she'll just come for me, and that'll work to my advantage. We've done so much stuff on the back foot, so much stuff countering. I will have such a different style. You'd be like, how have you done this in 6 weeks? I swear to God.
No, I'm excited. Yeah. Another thing that I've seen you tweet about as well, which is actually kind of coincidental as well, because the UFC are revealing UFC 4, the video game, at Fight Island. Now, you want to be on that game. Who are you gonna go straight for Dana or any of the EA representatives that are there and be like, if I'm not on this game, there's some serious problems now?
Well, do you know, I've met Dana twice, but only to shake his hand and I've just been like, thanks very much for signing me, blah blah blah. But we've never had a proper convo, and I just feel like everyone's always gone. You just need a conversation with Dana because he just love you,
Yeah,
and I feel like I'll put a good shift in at this Fight Island, and then go, lads, come for a bevy with me.
yeah,
And they'll go, get me on that fucking game, come on. You know
yeah.
what the Scousers are like, you need me and Darren on it.
Because there's so many
Um,
UK fighters that weren't on the game last time, and the
Look,
UK scene is
if I'm
crazy
being
right
honest,
now.
yeah, if I'm being honest, I feel like Nathaniel Wood said it best. This is the golden era of UFC. Like, do you remember in football when it was like Lampard, Gerrard,
Mm.
Scholes, friggin' Beckham, like the generation that just never did it. But I feel like we're the generation who can and will. Do you know what I mean? Like Arnold Allen, Till, me,
Leon
like
Edwards.
Jack Shaw's British, Leon Edwards. Like, there's so many of us who have got the ability to just do it.
Mm.
And I just think if you don't put, like, if you think, I don't know, if you look on the map where the most people watch MMA from, it's probably going to be America, Brazil, and Great Britain. It's got to be. So how they wouldn't be like, yeah, let's put a few English fighters on. Do you know what I mean? Like JoJo's on it. I'm sure she is. It's like,
Yeah.
get fucking meatball on it.
No,
Do you know what I
100%.
mean?
100%. Well, yeah, I thank you so much for your time. Also, I just want to ask you some predictions for a few key fights on Fight Island just before we wrap up. So,
Rose Namajunas.
yeah, well, that is a crazy fight again.
Yeah. Lad, I think the first 5 minute round against Andrade was possibly the most dominating female 5 minutes of fighting I've
That's
ever seen.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Like, and some people, they forget how good she was in that 5 minutes. And my respect for Rose and her mindset and her thought process and how she is I feel I'm exactly the same. Like, our heart on our sleeves. When we cry, and when we win, we cry. We don't hide who we are. It's very much candid on our emotions, and I just think this girl's just fucking levels. Andrade is just a powerhouse, but I just think you just can't get aggressive on her. You just need to, like, hit move, let her keep coming, bop bop, just chop the tree down, chop the tree down, chop the tree down, and then I think Rose gets it, and then it's Rose versus Whaley.
Yeah, which would be an incredible fight. That would be unbelievable.
I think Rose beats her, I think Rose beats Whaley. I rate Whaley very much,
Yeah.
but seeing how Jan Jacek handled her, one of the best fights ever there's ever been in MMA as well. I just think, I don't know, I think Rose is still levels above that.
It would be definitely exciting. If we can get that fight this year, that would be incredible. Also, Volkanovski versus Holloway, that's on the same card, the rematch. The first fight surprised a lot of people with the way how Volkanovski used his leg kicks to dictate the whole fight. Do you see Holloway adapting to Volkanovski's style now and switching up his game plan, or do you see more of the same?
I feel like Holloway has had some wars the last few fights, don't they? Like, sometimes there's no turning the clock back on that. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's heart wants Holloway to win because of what he's done for the sport and how he's, like he says to his kid, right, I'll do it now, lad, I'll end it now. Do you know what I mean? Or he's such a different breed. But then Volkanovski is like that. He reminds me a bit like a Russian, or like a what's it called? Where's Khabib from? Do you know, that just constant pressure? Yeah, that just like, I'm in your face, I'm going nowhere. Blah, 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 blah. I want Holloway to win, but I think Volkanovski is probably going to nip it again just because he's not had the damage that Max has had.
And another absolute banger from that card, Jan versus Aldo. What an amazing opportunity for Jan. Yeah.
I think Jan takes it. I think it's like a young Aldo fighting an old Aldo. I think Aldo loads of people like fell off his bandwagon over the whole Conor thing, but then we just kept like banging at the drum and was like, no, I'm not finished. Everyone wants him to win, but I just think it's Jan's time.
Yeah, because like you said, people did massively fall off his bandwagon and started maybe not giving him the respect he deserves. You know, he got the finishes against Moicano and Stevens, which are massively impressive victories when you look at the tears that they were on. But
100%.
yeah, Jan is much
he's
powerful.
Yeah, it's timing, isn't it? It's timing of everything, and I just think it's his time now. I would be
People say he doesn't deserve to be there, Aldo. I think is disrespectful. I think it's very
because he did win the last fight. He got absolutely robbed, didn't he? Do you know what I mean? And it's one of them. At the end of the day, he was a champion for as long as he was. He didn't get the rematch with Conor, and he probably did deserve it. Do you know what I mean? Because he got caught cold at the beginning, but yeah, I don't think it's not a very fair shout, is it?
And then finally, Till versus Whittaker, which finishes up the whole Fight Island series so far.
Yeah, so I love Whittaker. Like, I followed him from tough. Really, really, really love him. Darren Till's an absolute scouser, though. Do you know what I mean? And I think he's worked. He's been joking about this dad bod thing, but you know what? The stuff that I'm seeing that he's doing, he's taking it fucking serious. He respects Rob, but I don't know. I'm backing my own, and I'm not sure if it's the same thing. If Whittaker's been in a few heavy ones, like I know Darren got finished by Masvidal, but he doesn't take much shots. I think he probably has harder spars in his gym.
Yeah,
because like with Tom Aspinall and that, do you know what I mean? And
crazy that he spars Aspinall. It's absolutely wild.
Yeah, I've seen a change in Darren. Like I know he's been winding people up on social media, but just as a human and as a person, he's been humbled, and I'm a big fan of this Darren. So putting all my eggs in his basket.
Right. Well, I guess that wraps up the interview. Are you training again today, or are you done for the day now?
No. Yeah, so my camp finished yesterday, and I was supposed to have today and tomorrow off, but I just went for a run and then came in and done 3-5 shadow boxing just because fucking obsessed, lad.
Your mind can't stop from it. Yeah.
No, it's just I know I'm going to be quarantined for 2 days in London, Monday, Tuesday, fly to Abu on Wednesday, then I'm quarantined till Thursday, maybe even Friday. So I just think I need to get as much weight down as I can now, and then I'll just be hitting pads in my room with Ellis in quarantine. But I've got £7, and lad, I normally cut £11, £10 the night before when I first joined the UFC. So, like, I'm not sure if you see me social media, but you never see me with me top off anytime. Do you know what I mean? But I've been like, I'm in shape now, so I'm like that. Whee!
So everything's feeling great heading into this one, yeah?
Yeah, like, even my knuckles, I'm sure you can see, they're like, I'm hitting different. My knuckles have like swelled up. I'm just hitting different because the whole lockdown, I just ran and rid my bike, and my cardio went because we worked so much on grappling strength, building muscular endurance, not muscular endurance, like lean mass. That I didn't have a chance. I could do sprints, but I didn't have a chance to like build. So I just set such a foundation in that time off, that I've come back and that I've had a cheat meal every Friday.
Oh wow! Which is isn't the usual case at all, is it?
No, lad, I've had like a bag of crisps, a chocolate bar, and like a chicken kebab every Friday. Like what? I even had I've had a protein bar for breakfast today. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I haven't cut corners the whole year. I've been getting ready for this fight since fucking December 4th. Do you know what I mean? I've been drunk once this year. Once this year I've been drunk. It's just, I'm about to go and put it on for the UK, man.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to all you guys representing the country over there at Fight Island. It is a brilliant time to be working in industry in the UK and being a fan above everything else.
Working in industry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I've not
yeah.
got that much of a mank voice.
No,
No.
no. But what I was going to say to you, I'll give you I'll set like a video.
Oh, you
Oh,
gone one
sorry,
sec. We're back.
someone
Yeah,
rang me.
it's all right.
I'll video. I'm going to make like a little embedded. Well, I've been doing a little embedded
Yeah, I've seen.
series
Yeah.
anyway, but I'm going to do one of this Fight Island, and I'll send you it like before it goes live, so you're proper, you're with us.
Awesome, awesome. Right. Well, we'll give you a shout after the fight, and hopefully you can film something when you're back.
No, I'll probably be on a bender somewhere.
Yeah, which will make for interesting viewing.
Yeah, I know. I'll just go Instagram live. I'll be like sitting in a park on my pints like this. Yeah. Right,
Good
go on,
stuff.
lad. Have a good weekend. And
You
I'll see you
too.
soon.
All the
See you
best.
after.
See you in a bit. Bye bye.